Welcome to Let's Paint Minis. I'm Dan and I love painting minis.
But I suck.
So I'm trying to get better. That means painting a lot more minis. And today I'm getting this guy ready for me to ruin. He's from the Reaper Bones 4 Kickstarter. He looks like he's rehearsing for a Shakespearean play with the skull in his hand. So let's get the sharp things out and have some fun. Some minis come complete and ready to go, but others they forget to put together, like this guy. So we have to cut away all the excess and figure out what's going on here. Sometimes this works in your favour because you can keep them all separate and then you can paint each bit individually without anything getting in the way. Sometimes there doesn't seem to really be an advantage, so you just stick it together and go ahead straight away. This is going to be how I put these together. Probably not the right way, because I suck at painting minis. But let's take a look at my process. I think with this person there's no real advantage to keeping all the bits separate, so I'm just going to stick it together and see how that goes. To make it more challenging, I don't have any clippers or hobby knife for this, so I use an old Stanley knife I have laying around. I have treated myself to a new blade recently though, so that goes a long way here. So it turns out after some research, you have to cut the parts you need off and the rest are scraps. It seems these little bits of plastic aren't recyclable, but I don't like the idea of throwing out plastic, so to feed my unhealthy hoarding nature and to help real life nature, I try to keep them and plan on cutting them up and using them as part of terrains for making bases. Now it's time to dry fit to see how much work you are going to have to put in before you can start having fun painting. I want to just get it together and start painting, but rushing it makes it harder to get a nice end result, and I need every chance I can get. If there are any big gaps, then it's time to add it to the scraps and get a new mini. Or you can put it together and fill the gaps with some sort of putty or clay. This one is pretty good though, and it's a good candidate for putting it together before painting, so that's what I'm going to attempt. After making sure that no children could reach it, I get the glue. I've been using a tube of ordinary super glue for a long time, but recently acquired this. Having this cute little brush makes it so much less messy and prevents unwanted blobs, even for me. And just like that, we have a completed mini. Now you'd think it'd be ready to go and start putting some paint on it, but minis tend to be higher maintenance than that. What we're going to have to do is look for mold lines and make sure we get rid of those, because finding those halfway through painting really sucks. So I like to take my time
And fail.
to remove all of the mold lines. So after inspecting this little guy, I found some less intrusive lines. Here's an example so you can see what I'm talking about easier, as you shouldn't trust anything that I say. Now on our guy, I'm going to try and remove what I've found. Using this newly sharp blade, I kind of scrape gently the mold lines. They should shave away fairly easily. Try to hide it or remove it in a way it's not going to stand out. Take your time, try and give this baby smooth skin if you can. So we've cut the parts from the sprues, we've stuck it all together, and we've smoothed away the mold lines and maybe filled any gaps. Now, finally, we can get to the paint. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. This camera has a tendency to overheat sometimes, so hopefully... Okay, I guess that decides that. I'll save the paint till next time. And you made it all the way to the end. I'm impressed. In this world of instant gratification, you showing some real patience. And I'm particularly impressed with myself for fooling you into thinking that this was worth watching all the way till the end. Go me. If I've really fooled you, then I'm going to process a series of videos with this particular miniature from beginning to end. So follow along with that if you want. Thanks again for watching.